welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a review and wear test comparing both of these Superstay Maybelline foundations. You guys asked me if I could put these side by side to see how they would do. This one's the newer one and this is the older one. So that's exactly what we're gonna be doing today. But before we get started, I do quickly want to introduce myself for those of you guys who are new to my channel. Hi, welcome. My name is Jessica, aka The Mexican Beauty. I make videos on all things beauty, lifestyle, and fashion. I would love for you to go hit the subscribe button down below. Also, please don't forget to turn on those post notifications so that you can be notified every single time that I upload here on YouTube. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram, The Mexican Beauty, and also on TikTok, The Mexican Beauty, because whenever I'm not here, I'm posting really great content on those platforms. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this video. Okay, so I'm gonna first start off by priming the skin. I already went ahead and moisturized and did sunscreen. For moisturizer, I use the Verse Dew Point Moisturizing Gel Cream, and then for sunscreen, I've been using the Bliss Block Star. This is one of my favorite combinations together. They're so nice. So I'm just going ahead and applying this primer. This is the Hard Candy Stick It to Pores Mattifying Pore Primer. One of my favorites from the drugstore. Okay, so we're gonna be doing the new Maybelline Superstay Activewear Foundation on this side and then the old version on the other side. So I do quickly wanna say, I have noticed, and you guys have also told me this, that they've just randomly started to fill the new formula in the places where this old one was. And that is so true because I went to, I wanna say like 2 or 3 stores and I saw that these were slowly coming out and they were slowly replacing them with this. And I also was having a hard time finding this shade that I am in 310 Sun Beige. A lot of stores that I went to didn't have this one, so luckily I found it at the closest CVS to where I live, and that's where they had it because I wanted to make sure that they matched. So for shade, we're using shade 310 Sun Beige. I felt like the shade that I was in for the last review that I did using the new Activewear Maybelline foundation, it was way too yellow. I'm noticing that the Sun Beige from the old formula is darker. So we'll have to see. They're the exact same shade. So let's just go ahead and put this to the test. I'm gonna be taking the Superstay Full Coverage Foundation Original on this side of the face. We're gonna be using brush for both. This one looks runny. I'm gonna be applying it on this side. Feels very lightweight. Doesn't feel thick whatsoever, which is good. Let's go ahead and apply. I'm gonna be using my JH03 brush by MORPHE. And we're gonna be blending this out. Yeah, this undertone looks a lot better than the one that I tried from the Stay Active foundation. Immediately, this is giving me full coverage, and it claims to be a full coverage foundation that lasts up to 24 hours. It also claims to be a seamless matte finish, breathable and comfortable, fade and transfer resistant. I mean, definitely get full coverage right away, but still giving you that, like, doesn't feel like you have anything on. I like how it's looking. Definitely giving me a very soft matte finish. I don't think it looks just matte, because I do still feel like I'm getting a little bit of radiance from within, like a healthy look, like a matte, not flat finish. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. You guys can see the difference between having the face fully covered with the original Maybelline Superstay foundation and not having anything on. So it says that it's suitable for sensitive skin, suitable for all skin types, dermatologist tested, allergy tested, non-comedogenic. I don't know how to pronounce that, if that was right. But they keep reiterating like the light as air feel. So this foundation does retail for $11.99, pretty much $12. Both of them do. So that's something that they do have in common. So now we're gonna go ahead and put the original Superstay to the side and go in with the new Superstay and use it on the other side. So this one I also picked up in the shade 310 Sun Beige. And what was interesting to me is that when I first saw this come out, I wanna say it came out the beginning of the year, but I think it was only coming out in Europe. Like I would see a lot of promo of it, like UK website for Maybelline. I didn't see it here, so I thought it was maybe just an exclusive to like Europe or something, but then I started to see it slowly coming to here. And when I saw it the other day at my local Ulta, I was like, oh my gosh, they have it here. Like I never saw like too much hype about it. I didn't really see any like big posts on it. So I was really excited and intrigued to see how much of a difference we would get. But they both contain 1 standard ounce, so that's pretty standard. Like I mentioned, the shades do look a little different when you put them here side by side. This one looks a little bit darker, but we're about to see if there's like a big difference in the color, because I feel like sometimes what I've noticed is that the colors are different when the formulas change up. So I will compare them side by side, just watch so we can see, but definitely right away, I feel like there is a color difference. It doesn't look too obvious when it's blended, but when you swatch, you can definitely tell that it's different. And with this foundation, what's so good about it is that you do not need a lot of product to cover what it needs to cover. So you can get away with just a little bit. It's very easy to blend because I do think that it's true to the claim of it being light as air, which I really do appreciate. I feel like this one looks a little bit more brighter. This one looks a little bit more just neutral, but it's nothing too intense. And as for finish, they're both giving me the same finish, like a very nice soft matte finish. Doesn't take away from it looking still like skin. So some of the claims that the new Activewear gives us is that it's up to 30 hours as opposed to 25. Honestly, like I said, I don't know how much of that is true just because I don't wear a foundation that long. I feel like it's more so to get people's attention to be like, oh my God, this is a super long wearing product. But they both look really nice and they both feel very, very similar. Very lightweight, not heavy, but still giving me that great coverage. So if you're somebody that's wanting to try out an affordable foundation that gives you really good coverage, you're probably gonna like the Maybelline Superstay because it's really nice and seamless on the skin. So this is what we're looking like. I don't see much of a difference as I look up close. I do think that as this sets, I do feel like this side with the new Superstay foundation does look brighter. This one looks a little bit more neutral, like I mentioned earlier, but I feel like as it's setting, I'm seeing it a little bit more. So before we go and finish off the rest of the makeup, I do quickly want to swatch them. So I'm gonna swatch the new version over here, and you guys can see it's a very nice and in place, creamy consistency. It's not runny or liquidy whatsoever. I'm gonna blend it out just so you guys can kind of see how it looks. You guys can see how it does pick up like that yellow tint to it. And this is like the leftover foundation, so don't even mind that. But let me compare it to the original. The original one to me is more runny and more liquidy, and you can clearly see the difference in shade. The old version of it definitely is a more neutral tone, which you guys can see. It looks a little bit darker than the original. I do also feel like the old version feels way more lightweight and liquidy than the new one. The new one is a little tiny bit more creamy, a little tiny bit thicker. I don't know if maybe they did that because it gives you more wear, so they kind of want it to be more like intact, transfer resistant. I want to say the original one, what I like about it, just touching it, is that it does feel like if I were to have my eyes blindfolded and have to guess which one's luxury, I would think the original version is the luxury brand, just because it has this really, really lightweight, airy feeling, but the fact that it gives you that full of a coverage and it just literally makes you look perfected is really impressive. That is the foundations. I just wanted to point it out for you guys so that you guys could kind of see how they compare and contrast on the face. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do now is finish off the rest of my makeup, and then I'm gonna come back and give you guys my first initial thoughts so that we can go ahead and start to put these to the test and wear them through the day and see which one wears better, which one wears worse, they were the same, all that good stuff. Okay guys, so I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup and this is what we're looking like. So on this side we have the original Superstay long wearing foundation, and on this side we have the new Superstay Activewear foundation. So I do feel like this side, for some reason, it gave me a really perfected look around my enlarged pores. I feel like this side didn't minimize them as much. I feel like even the color, yes, it was a little bit on the like yellowy side, but I feel like it gives my face a more brightened up, awake look. Then this one is nice, but it definitely does look a little bit like grayish or like neutral, once it really sets into the skin. I do have to say that now as it's setting, I'm definitely leaning more towards the side with the Superstay Activewear foundation because I just feel like it just looks more refreshed. But I'm not noticing a huge difference between the two. Like they both still look very beautiful on the skin. I think what's really gonna determine this is me wearing this for the rest of the day. Let me quickly touch them because that's one of the main things for me. It's like touching to see if they're sticky. So the original one is sticky, not too sticky, but it definitely does have a little sticky feel to it. This one, the new one, I would say is slightly less sticky than the original one. One more thing I do quickly want to mention is that even though this is a full coverage foundation, it's not creasing up here on these lines that I tend to get, especially when I make expressions. So that's a good thing because sometimes I notice that with full coverage consistencies, this just creases like crazy and I'm not seeing that from there right now. So that's definitely a positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and wear this for the rest of my day. So far, really like how both of them look. Let me know which one you think looks better, and yeah. So I'll see you guys later and give you guys my final thoughts on whether I think one's better than the other or if I feel like they're both exactly the same.
Guys, so I wanted to do my In Natural Lighting clip and just chat with you guys because I am wearing two different foundations, so I have to tell you which side's which. So this side is the new Superstay Activewear foundation right here. As you guys can see, it looks really nice, beautiful, and perfected. It matches my skin really well. Once it's like in natural lighting, you guys can see how it's a really good match with my neck. So that's definitely something that I'm appreciating. Now this side right here is with the original Superstay foundation. Still feel like they both look very similar. Like in natural lighting, they honestly look the same. So you guys can see up close, the original one, the new one. Is there a difference?
Okay guys, so I am back right now. It is 6 p.m. and I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on these two Maybelline Superstay foundations. So on this side we have the new one, on this side we have the old one. So this new formula, I noticed that it does transfer much easier. You guys can see the separation right here compared to the original one, much less. Does separate a little bit, it does transfer a little bit, but not as much as the new one on me. New one, another thing that I am noticing is that I do feel like I look slightly more oily on this side with the new one at the end of the day than the old one. So I would say that if you are somebody that this is maybe your holy grail, the original one, the Superstay, and you are obsessed with it and you use this, I would say you will notice the difference between this and the new one because you probably use it a lot, so you will be able to tell. So I would say, honestly, stock up on this one. When you first apply it, you can't really see the difference. Like once it sets, they both look very beautiful, very similar. But once you get that day started and by the end of the day, you will be able to tell the differences. I would say if you're somebody perhaps that has like combination normal dry skin, I think you will like this new one because I definitely do think it gives you full coverage. It gives you a fresh finish by the end of the day, but I do see the difference. So I just wanted to point that out for you guys. So if you love this one, stock up if you can because it's about to be gone. So those are pretty much all my thoughts. Let me know which one you think looks better in your opinion, the new version, the old version. I want to hear all your thoughts down below in the comment section because that always helps me out and I love starting a conversation with you guys, hearing your opinions. It always matters to me. So don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. That's pretty much all I have for you guys today. So don't forget to stay safe, stay blessed, and stay beautiful. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.